Welcome back to Top Coin. Well, today, we're diving deep into the world of the 2015 Canadian 5-cent coin. We'll uncover its fascinating history, analyze its market value, and explore the rare editions that collectors are willing to pay big money for. So, stay tuned, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you love learning about rare coins. The Canadian 5-cent coin has a long and rich history dating back to 1858, when Canada's first decimal coins were introduced. Initially made of silver, the nickel changed over the years in both composition and design. By 1922, the coin switched to being made of nickel, and in 1942, due to wartime metal shortages, it was briefly made from tombac, a type of brass. The beaver design, which we all recognize today, was first introduced in 1937 and has remained a staple of Canadian coinage. Fast forward to 2015. This year marked the continued production of the classic beaver design, originally created by artist G. Kruger Gray. The coin features a beaver on a rock, a symbol of Canada's hardworking spirit and its rich fur trade history. But what makes the 2015 edition so interesting? Let's find out. The 2015 Canadian 5-cent coin is made from a composition of 94.5% steel, 3.5% copper, and 2% nickel plating. It has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters and weighs 3.95 grams. The obverse side of the coin features the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by artist Susanna Blunt. This design has been in use since 2003 and is still present on Canadian coins today. The reverse side displays the famous beaver, a design that has been a part of Canadian history for decades. But what makes some 2015 5-cent coins valuable? Let's dive into that next. Now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for. How much is a 2015 Canadian 5-cent coin worth? The truth is, in regular circulation, these coins are generally worth just their face value. However, collectors are always on the lookout for special versions, rare errors, and high-quality specimens graded by professional coin grading services. A perfect or near-perfect uncirculated 2015 Canadian 5-cent coin, graded MS, 65 or higher by PCGS or NGC, can fetch anywhere from $10 to $50. But that's just the beginning. What if you happen to own an error coin? Error coins are where the real money lies. These include coins with misprints, off-center strikes, double dies, or even coins missing part of their plating. In some cases, error 5-cent coins have been sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. One of the most sought-after errors is the die clash error, where part of the Queen's portrait or text appears faintly on the reverse side of the coin. So, how can you find one of these valuable coins? Here's what you need to do. Check your pocket change. You never know when you might come across a high-grade or error coin. Use a magnifying glass to inspect small details, including doubling in the text or images. Look for minting errors such as missing letters, die cracks, or off-center strikes. Get your coin graded. If you think you have a rare find, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to confirm its authenticity and value. Sell wisely. Consider listing your coin on reputable auction sites like eBay, heritage auctions, or local coin shows. Some rare Canadian 5-cent coins from different years have fetched astonishing prices. For example, a rare 1921 Canadian 5-cent coin, known as the Prince of Canadian Coins, sold for over $100,000 at auction. While the 2015 nickel isn't that rare yet, certain unique specimens could be worth much more in the future as collectors search for pristine and error coins. So, the next time you receive a 5-cent coin as change, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. You might be holding onto a hidden treasure. Whether you're a casual coin collector or a serious numismatist, keeping an eye out for rare coins can be both exciting and profitable. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content about rare and valuable coins, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Let us know in the comments if you have any rare coins in your collection. Until next time, happy collecting! Well, today, we're diving deep into the story of the 2012 Canadian 5-cent coin. We'll explore its history, its market value, and the rare versions that could make you rich. Stay tuned. Before we get started, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on rare and valuable coins. The Canadian 5-cent coin has a rich history dating back to 1858. However, it wasn't always made of nickel. Originally, it was a small silver coin, often called the fish scale due to its tiny size. Over time, it transitioned into a larger nickel coin, and by 2012, it featured the same classic design we recognize today. The 2012 nickel features the iconic beaver design created by G. Kruger Gray in 1937. This design has remained largely unchanged for decades and continues to be a symbol of Canada's natural heritage. On the obverse side, we see the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Susanna Blunt. This particular effigy has been in circulation since 2003. Now, let's talk about the market value of the 2012 Canadian 5-cent coin. If you have a standard circulated version, it's likely only worth face value, 5 cents. However, collectors and numismatists are always on the lookout for rare errors, mint mistakes, and high-grade specimens. A standard circulated 2012 nickel is common and doesn't hold much value. But if you have an uncirculated or proof version, it could be worth anywhere from $1 to $20, depending on the condition. But wait, there's more. If you have a rare error coin, the value can skyrocket. Coins with misprints, off-center strikes, or die cracks have been known to sell for hundreds of dollars. Some even fetch thousands at auctions. So what should you look for? Here are some of the rarest 2012 Canadian 5-cent coins you might find. An off-center strike happens when the coin is struck incorrectly, causing part of the design to be missing. These can be worth $50 to $500, depending on how dramatic the error is. Die cracks occur when the coin press develops fractures, leaving raised lines or bumps on the coin. These unique flaws can increase the value significantly. Some have sold for over $300. Double die errors happen when a coin is struck more than once, creating a doubled image. If you spot this on a 2012 nickel, it could be worth $200 or more. The Royal Canadian Mint also produced special proof-like and specimen sets, featuring highly polished coins with a mirror-like finish. These can be worth $20 to $100, depending on the grade. Now you might be wondering, how do you check if your 2012 5-cent coin is valuable? Here's a quick guide. Look for any unusual markings, errors, or shiny, uncirculated surfaces. A normal 2012 5-cent coin weighs 3.95 grams. If yours is significantly different, it might be an error coin. Examine the details up close, especially for doubling or die cracks. If you think you have a rare coin, visit a professional numismatist or coin grading service for an evaluation. So there you have it, the fascinating history, market value, and hidden treasures within the 2012 Canadian 5-cent coin. Who knew that such a small piece of metal could be worth so much? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your fellow collectors. And let us know in the comments, have you ever found a valuable 5-cent coin? See you in the next video. Today, we're diving deep into a small but mighty piece of Canadian currency, the 2010 Canadian 5-cent coin. What's its history? What makes it special? And could you be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? Stick around to find out. To truly appreciate the 2010 Canadian 5-cent coin, let's take a quick trip back in time. The 5-cent coin, commonly called the nickel, has been an essential part of Canadian currency since 1858. But did you know that before 1922, Canadian nickels were actually made of silver? Yup. It wasn't until 1922 that the Royal Canadian Mint switched to a nickel-based composition. Fast forward to today, and the 5-cent coin remains one of the longest-standing denominations in circulation. The 2010 version is particularly interesting because of some rare varieties and errors that can make it worth way more than just 5 cents. Now, let's talk about the design. The 2010 Canadian 5-cent coin features the iconic beaver design, which has been a staple of the coin since 1937. It was created by artist G. Kruger Gray and has remained unchanged for decades. The beaver represents hard work, nature, and Canada's rich history in the fur trade. On the obverse, we have the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Susanna Blunt. This has been the standard portrait on Canadian coins since 2003. The coin itself is made of 94.5% steel, 3.5% copper, and 2% nickel plating, making it strong and durable. But here's where things get really interesting. Some 2010 nickels have errors or special variations that make them extremely valuable to collectors. Alright, let's talk money. A regular 2010 Canadian 5-cent coin in circulated condition is worth, well, just about 5 cents. But if you have one in uncirculated or high-grade condition, its value can go up to $5 to $10. However, some rare versions and mint errors can fetch even more. Here are some key things to look for. Die cracks. Sometimes, small cracks appear on the surface due to worn-out dies. These error coins can be worth anywhere from $20 to $100, depending on the severity of the crack. Double die errors. If you see any doubling on the date or lettering, you might be holding a rare gem worth $50 or more. Off-center strikes. These happen when the coin isn't properly aligned during minting. Some off-center strikes have been auctioned for over $150. Missing plating. If the nickel plating is missing or partially removed, collectors might pay upwards of $200 for a unique specimen. Some rare 2010 nickels have sold for hundreds of dollars at auctions. So, before you spend that spare change, take a closer look. You might just have a mini treasure in your pocket. If you think you have a valuable 2010 nickel, what should you do? First, protect it. Store it in a coin flip or a special holder to prevent scratches and oxidation. Next, consider getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. A graded and certified coin will always fetch a higher price. When it comes to selling, you have plenty of options. Websites like eBay, heritage auctions, and local coin shops are great places to list your coin. You can also check out numismatic forums and social media groups where collectors are always looking for rare finds. So, there you have it, the fascinating history, hidden value, and potential fortune of the 2010 Canadian 5-cent coin. Who knew that such a tiny coin could have such a big impact? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more awesome coin content. And if you've ever found a rare nickel, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. In this video, we'll be exploring the history, market value, and big money finds of the 2009 Canadian 5-cent coin. Could you be holding onto a small fortune without knowing it? Stick around to find out. Before we jump into the specifics of the 2009 5-cent coin, let's take a quick trip back in time. The Canadian nickel, as we know it today, has a rich history that dates back to the 1850s when coins were first issued for use in the province of Canada. Over time, the designs and compositions of these coins have evolved. Did you know that before 1922, Canada's 5-cent coins were actually made of silver? Due to rising costs, the Royal Canadian Mint decided to switch to nickel, and since then, the 5-cent coin has undergone several redesigns. One of the most famous features of Canadian nickels is the beaver design, introduced in 1937 by artist George Kruger Gray. This iconic image has remained a staple on the coin ever since. Fast forward to 2009, and we have a modern nickel that still features the beaver on a rock, along with the word Canada and the coin's face value. But not all 2009 nickels are created equal. Some have become rare and incredibly valuable, and that's what we'll be discussing next. When it comes to determining a coin's market value, several factors come into play. Condition, rarity, mint errors, and metal composition all affect how much a collector is willing to pay. So, how much is a 2009 Canadian 5-cent coin worth today? In circulated condition, the 2009 nickel is generally worth its face value of 5 cents. However, if you have an uncirculated or mint state version, it could fetch anywhere from 25 cents to a few dollars, depending on the grade. High-grade specimens graded MS 65 or higher by professional coin grading services can command even higher premiums. But wait, there's more. Some versions of the 2009 5-cent coin have unique errors that make them extremely valuable. These errors can turn an ordinary nickel into a collector's dream. Let's explore some of the biggest finds. Errors and variations are what truly excite coin collectors, and the 2009 5-cent coin is no exception. Some of the most sought-after error coins include die cracks occur when the coin dies start to wear out, leading to small cracks or lines appearing on the coin surface. Some collectors pay significant premiums for these error coins. A double strike happens when a coin is struck twice, causing a slight doubling effect on the design. These coins can be worth hundreds of dollars depending on the clarity and severity of the error. Coins that are not properly aligned when struck can have an off-center design, making them rare and valuable. A 2009 nickel with a major off-center strike can be worth well over $100. This rare error occurs when a 5-cent design is mistakenly struck on a different metal blank, such as a 10-cent planchet. If you come across one of these, you might have hit the jackpot. Some rare and error 2009 Canadian 5-cent coins have sold for hundreds, and in some cases, even thousands of dollars at auction. This is why it's always worth checking your pocket change and old coin collections. So, how can you tell if your 2009 nickel is valuable? Here are some easy steps you can follow. Look at the overall condition of the coin. The fewer scratches and marks, the better. Mint condition coins are always more valuable. Use a magnifying glass or coin microscope to check for any errors like doubling, die cracks, or off-center strikes. If you think you have a rare coin, consider getting it graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. This can significantly increase its value in the market. Look up recent auction results to see what similar coins have sold for. Websites like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and other numismatic platforms can give you a good idea of current market values. Who knew that a simple 5-cent coin from 2009 could be worth so much? If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of coin collecting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more valuable coin discoveries. And remember, always check your pocket change, because you never know what treasure you might find. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating history of this coin, its current market value, and rare error versions that could be worth a lot more than just 5 cents. So, stick around, because you don't want to miss this. The Canadian 5-cent coin, also known as the nickel, has a long and interesting history. The first Canadian nickel was introduced in 1922, replacing the smaller silver 5-cent coin. Over the years, the design and composition have changed, but one thing remains consistent: the iconic beaver design, which first appeared in 1937 and continues to be featured on the coin today. Fast forward to 2008, and the Royal Canadian Mint continued producing the nickel with the traditional beaver design on the reverse, created by artist G. Kruger Gray. On the obverse, we see the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Susanna Blunt, which has been used since 2003. Before we get into its market value, let's take a quick look at the coin specifications. The 2008 Canadian nickel is made of steel with a nickel and copper plating. It has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters and weighs 3.95 grams. The edge is smooth, and the coin was minted in both circulation and proof versions. So, how much is a 2008 Canadian 5-cent coin worth today? Well, for standard circulated coins, their value remains at face value, 5 cents. However, uncirculated or proof versions can fetch anywhere from $1 to $5, depending on their condition. But here's where things get really exciting. Certain rare error coins and high-grade versions can be worth much more. Now, let's talk about the real treasures, the rare error coins and high-grade pieces. Some key varieties collectors are looking for include double die errors. These occur when the coin is struck twice, creating a slightly doubled image. If you find a 2008 nickel with a double beaver design or queen's portrait, you could be looking at a coin worth $50 to $200 off-center strikes. If you come across a 2008 nickel that looks misaligned or off-center, it could be worth anywhere from $30 to over $100, depending on the severity of the error. Die cracks and cuts. These are small metal blobs or cracks on the surface of the coin, caused by worn-out minting dies. Some of these error nickels have been sold for $50 or more, high-grade coins. If you have a 2008 5-cent coin graded MS-65 or higher by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC, its value can rise significantly, with some fetching $100 or more. So, how can you tell if your 2008 nickel is valuable? Here are some quick tips. Check for errors using a magnifying glass. Compare with reference images online or in coin books. Look for high-quality specimens with little to no wear. Get your coin professionally graded if you think it might be rare. And if you're looking to sell, try online marketplaces like eBay, coin dealer shops, or even specialized coin auction sites. Just make sure to do your research so you don't sell a rare coin for too little. And there you have it. The 2008 Canadian 5-cent coin might seem like just another nickel, but with the right error or grade, it could be worth way more than you think. So, go check your piggy banks, your coin jars, and your pockets. You might just strike it rich. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin-related content, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting! Today, we're diving deep into a fascinating piece of Canadian currency, the 2007 Canadian 5-cent coin. You might think a simple nickel is just spare change, but you'd be surprised at the hidden history, collector demand, and even rare variations that could make this coin worth way more than its face value. Stay tuned as we uncover the incredible story behind this tiny yet significant piece of metal. To understand the significance of the 2007 nickel, we need to take a brief look at the history of Canada's 5-cent coin. The first Canadian nickels appeared in 1858, but they weren't actually made of nickel until 1922. Before that, Canada used silver 5-cent pieces, often called fish scales due to their small size and thin nature. Since 1922, the 5-cent coin has undergone numerous design changes. In 1937, Canada adopted the famous beaver design, created by artist G. Kruger Gray, which remains on the coin to this day. The beaver is a national symbol representing the industrious nature of Canadians, and this design is a staple of Canadian coinage. Now, let's talk about the 2007 nickel specifically. This coin follows the same design as previous nickels, featuring a beaver sitting on a rock, symbolizing Canada's early fur trade industry, Queen Elizabeth II's effigy on the obverse, head side, designed by Susanna Blunt. Composition: 94.5% steel, 3.5% copper, and 2% nickel plating. Diameter: 21.2 mm. Weight: 3.95 grams. Edge: smooth. In 2007, these coins were minted by the Royal Canadian Mint in large numbers. But that doesn't mean they're all equal in value. In fact, certain variations and errors could make them much more valuable to collectors. Here's where things get exciting. Some 2007 nickels have been found with unique errors, making them highly sought after by collectors. Let's break down a few of the most valuable ones. Double die error: some 2007 nickels exhibit doubling, particularly on the beaver's fur or Queen Elizabeth's portrait. This occurs when the die strikes the coin twice at slightly different angles. Value, depending on severity, can be worth $50 to $200. Off-center strikes: when a coin is not properly aligned in the press, it can be struck off-center, making it highly collectible. Value can fetch between $100 and $500. Die cracks and cuds: some coins have visible cracks due to worn-out dies, leaving raised lines or blobs of metal. Value can range from $20 to $150, depending on how dramatic the flaw is. Missing plating error: some 2007 nickels were struck without the outer nickel plating, exposing the steel core. These rare finds are worth significantly more. Value: $200 to $1,000. Now, let's talk about the big question. How much is your 2007 Canadian 5-cent coin worth? If you have a regular circulated 2007 nickel, it's likely worth only face value. However, an uncirculated, pristine condition coin could be worth up to $5. Circulated, 5 cents, $0.10 uncirculated, $1, $5 special errors, $50, $1,000 plus. The best way to determine your coin's value is to have it graded by a professional service like PCGS or ICCS. The higher the grade, the more valuable it becomes. Coins graded MS 65 or higher tend to be the most desirable. So, how can you get your hands on a rare 2007 nickel? Here are a few tips. Check your pocket change. Always examine your nickels. You never know what might turn up. Visit coin shows and auctions, great places to find rare varieties. Buy mint rolls. Sometimes, uncirculated rolls contain hidden gems. Search estate sales and online marketplaces. Many valuable coins are hidden in old collections. Who knew a simple 5-cent coin could hold so much history and potential value? If you have a 2007 Canadian nickel, take a close look. It might just be worth more than you think. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on more exciting coin videos. Well, Today we're diving deep into the history, market value, and surprising big worth of the 2001 Canadian 5-cent coin. Stick around, because you might have a small fortune hiding in your pocket. The 5-cent coin, often called the nickel, has been a staple of Canadian currency for over a century. Originally introduced in 1858 as a small silver coin, it underwent several transformations before adopting its familiar nickel composition in 1922. The design has remained relatively consistent since 1937, featuring the iconic beaver, a national symbol of hard work and perseverance. In 2001, the Royal Canadian Mint continued producing the nickel with the same classic design. But did you know that not all 2001 nickels are created equal? Some variations and minting errors have turned certain coins into valuable collector's items. Let's take a closer look at the design of the 2001 Canadian 5-cent coin. On the obverse, we have the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Dora de Péry-Hunt. This was the first effigy of the Queen to be created by a Canadian artist. It was used from 1990 until 2003, making this design a classic among collectors. On the reverse, we see the iconic beaver sitting on a log, a design by G. Kruger Gray. This has been the standard design since 1937. The coin is made of 94.5% steel, 3.5% copper, and 2% nickel plating, with a diameter of 21.2 millimeters and a weight of 3.95 grams. Now, let's talk about market value. Generally, a standard 2001 Canadian 5-cent coin in circulated condition is worth its face value. However, uncirculated and proof versions can fetch higher prices. If you have one in mint condition, it could be worth anywhere from $1 to $5. But wait, some rare variations and error coins have sold for much more. Let's talk about those special cases that could make your nickel worth a small fortune. Collectors and numismatists are always on the lookout for minting errors. Some 2001 Canadian 5-cent coins have been found with striking anomalies such as misaligned dies, double strikes, or off-center minting. These errors can increase the value of a coin dramatically. Here are some of the rarest 2001 5-cent errors and their estimated values. Off-center strike, valued between $20 to $100 depending on severity. Double die obverse/reverse, ranges from $50 to $500. Die cracks and cut marks, typically worth $10 to $50. Wrong planchet errors, could be valued at $500 or more. In fact, some rare error coins have sold at auctions for over $1,000. That's right, a simple nickel could be worth more than 100,000 times its face value. So, check your pockets, drawers, and piggy banks. You might be sitting on a hidden gem. So, how can you determine if your 2001 nickel is valuable? Here are some steps to follow. Inspect the coin under a magnifying glass. Look for errors like doubling, cracks, or missing details. Check the mint condition. Coins with no scratches, dings, or wear are more valuable. Weigh the coin. Some error coins are struck on the wrong metal planchet. Compare with online listings and price guides. Websites like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and Numista can help gauge the value. Get a professional appraisal. If you suspect you have a rare variation, consult a numismatic expert or grading service like PCGS or NGC. If you discover you have a valuable 2001 nickel, where should you sell it? Here are some of the best options. Online marketplaces. eBay, Etsy, and coin forums are great places to sell rare coins. Auction houses. Consider Heritage Auctions, Stax Bowers, or local coin auctions for high-value coins. Coin dealers and shops. Some numismatic dealers specialize in Canadian coins and may offer you a fair price. Coin shows and expos. A great place to meet collectors and dealers who might be interested in buying. Who knew that a simple 5-cent coin could hold such hidden treasures? Whether you're a collector, an investor, or just someone who enjoys discovering history in your pocket change, keep an eye out for those rare coins. You never know when you might strike it rich. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss more amazing coin discoveries. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! Today, we're talking about a small but mighty coin, the 1993 Canadian 5-cent piece. You might think a nickel is just a nickel, but some of these could be worth way more than their face value. We'll explore the history of this coin, its design, rarity, and current market value. And of course, We'll reveal just how much some of these nickels have sold for in auctions. You might have a valuable coin sitting in your collection and not even know it. Stick around until the end to find out. Let's start with a bit of history. The Canadian 5-cent coin has been around for over a century. In fact, before the small nickel-sized coins we know today, Canada used larger silver 5-cent pieces up until 1922. The modern 5-cent nickel is made of a combination of nickel and steel, depending on the year of mintage. The 1993 Canadian 5-cent coin follows the traditional design that collectors have come to love. But what makes it special? Let's find out. The 1993 Canadian 5-cent coin features an iconic design. On the obverse, we see the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Dora de Petrie-Hunt. This portrait was used on Canadian coins from 1990 to 2003 and depicts the Queen wearing a crown, facing right on the reverse side. We have one of Canada's most famous coin designs, the beaver sitting on a rock, designed by G. Kruger Gray. This design has been a staple of Canadian nickels since 1937, symbolizing Canada's historic fur trade industry. The coin itself is made of pure nickel, weighs about 4.6 grams, and has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. Pretty standard, right? But here's where things get interesting. Now, let's talk about rarity. While millions of 5-cent coins were minted in 1993, certain variations make some of them extremely valuable. One of the most sought-after variations is the near beads versus far beads design. Some versions of this coin have a slight difference in the spacing of the beaded border around the Queen's portrait. Collectors are willing to pay high prices for rare variations like these. Another key factor is coin errors. Minting errors can significantly increase the value of a coin. Some error coins from 1993 include off-center strikes, die cracks, and even coins with missing details. If you find one with these errors, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So, what is the market value of the 1993 Canadian 5-cent coin today? In average circulated condition, these coins are worth just 5 cents. But if you have a high-grade, uncirculated coin, it could fetch anywhere from $5 to $50. For rare variations and error coins, prices can skyrocket. In some cases, collectors have paid over $500 for a rare mint error or a perfectly graded example of this coin. Recent auction records show that pristine examples with MS 65 or higher grades have sold for significant amounts. So if you have a 1993 nickel lying around, take a closer look. You might be sitting on a hidden treasure. Now that you know the potential value, how can you check if you have a valuable 1993 Canadian 5-cent coin? Here's a quick guide. Check the condition. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Look for scratches, wear, and overall luster. Look for errors. Compare your coin to known errors, such as misprints, off-center strikes, or die cracks. Identify rare variations. Use a magnifying glass to check if you have the near beads or far beads variation. Get your coin graded. If you think you have a rare or high-grade coin, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Check auction prices. Compare your coin with recently sold examples to estimate its value. And that's everything you need to know about the 1993 Canadian 5-cent coin. From its rich history to potential big money sales, this little coin has quite the story. Who knew a nickel could be worth so much? Do you have a 1993 nickel in your collection? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an exciting numismatic discovery. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting! Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating history, market value, and hidden treasures of the 1981 Canadian 5-cent coin. Could you be holding a small fortune in your pocket change? Stick around as we uncover the secrets behind this nickel. The 5-cent coin has been an essential part of Canadian currency for over a century. In 1981, Canada's Royal Mint struck millions of these small but mighty coins. Unlike today's steel-based nickels, the 1981 version was composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a durable and shiny finish. The design? Well, it features the classic beaver on a rock, a symbol of Canada's fur trade legacy, designed by G. Kruger Gray. On the obverse, we have the elegant portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Arnold Machin. But what makes this coin stand out? Not all 1981 nickels are created equal. Some have errors and rare varieties that make them incredibly valuable. Let's take a look at a few notable ones. This error occurs when the die strikes the coin twice, creating a shadow-like effect on the date. If you find one, it could be worth $50 to $200, depending on its condition. When a coin is struck off-center, part of the design gets cut off. These coins are rare and can fetch anywhere from $100 to $500. Some 1981 nickels were struck on incorrect planchets, resulting in lower weight. These errors are uncommon and can sell for hundreds of dollars at auction. So, how much is your 1981 Canadian nickel worth today? Here's a quick breakdown. Common circulated condition. Worth around 5 to 10 cents uncirculated. Mint state 60 plus can fetch $1 to $5 proof, like specimen. Sold for $20 to $50 in auctions. Rare errors and varieties can range from $50 to $500 plus, depending on the uniqueness and demand. Always check online marketplaces like eBay, heritage auctions, and even local coin dealers to see if your nickel could be a hidden jackpot. Want to find out if your 1981 nickel is worth more than face value? Here's what to do. Use a magnifying glass. Check for doubling, off-center strikes, or die cracks. Weigh your coin. A normal 1981 nickel should weigh 4.6 grams. If it's different, it might be an error coin. Compare with online listings. Look at similar sales on eBay and auction sites. Visit a professional coin dealer. If you're unsure, get an expert opinion. So, next time you come across a 1981 Canadian 5-cent coin, take a closer look. It could be worth more than you think. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more coin collecting secrets. Let us know in the comments if you have any valuable nickels in your collection. Today, we're diving deep into the history, market value, and rare high-value examples of this fascinating coin. Stay tuned. You might have treasure in your pocket. Let's start with a bit of history. The 5-cent coin in Canada has gone through numerous transformations since its inception. Originally, Canada used silver 5-cent pieces, known as fish scales, but in 1922, nickel became the primary metal used for the coin. The 1977 Canadian 5-cent coin is part of the modern nickel series, which began in 1965. It was struck at the Royal Canadian Mint in Ottawa, the official mint responsible for all of Canada's circulating coinage. On the obverse side, we see a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This iconic effigy was used on Canadian coins from 1965 to 1989. The reverse side features the famous beaver design, created by G. Kruger Gray. The beaver has been a symbol of Canada's fur trade history and represents the industrious nature of the country. In 1977, the Royal Canadian Mint produced approximately 94.2 million 5-cent coins, making it a relatively common coin in circulation. Unlike earlier years, which had lower mintages, this year's production ensured that most of these coins remain accessible to collectors today. Now, let's talk about the market value of this coin. While the majority of 1977 nickels are only worth face value, some rare varieties and high-grade specimens can fetch a much higher price. In circulated condition, a 1977 nickel is usually worth between 5 and 10 cents. However, if the coin is in uncirculated condition, graded MS, 65 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, it could be worth anywhere from $5 to $50. Proof-like and specimen coins from the Royal Canadian Mint sets are even more valuable, sometimes selling for up to $100 depending on their rarity and demand. But here's where things get really exciting. Some rare error coins can be worth hundreds of dollars. Let's go over some of the most valuable errors found on the 1977 Canadian 5-cent coin. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die obverse or reverse, where the text or design appears slightly doubled. Coins with this error can fetch anywhere from $50 to $500, depending on the severity of the doubling. Another rare error is the die crack or cut error, where part of the coin's surface appears raised due to a crack in the minting die. These can be valued at $20 to $150, depending on how pronounced the error is. Finally, rotated die errors, where the obverse and reverse are not properly aligned, can also command high prices among collectors, sometimes exceeding $300. If you think you have a valuable 1977 Canadian 5-cent coin, here's what you need to do. First, check its condition. Look for mint state or proof-like qualities. Second, inspect for any possible errors. And third, weigh and measure your coin to ensure it meets standard specifications. Once you've determined its potential value, you can sell it through online marketplaces like eBay, coin auction sites, or even visit a professional coin dealer for an evaluation. So, there you have it. The 1977 Canadian 5-cent coin might seem like just another piece of change, but with the right condition and errors, it could be worth a significant sum. Do you have one in your collection? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fascinating coin history and numismatic treasures.